Hello, everyone. This is Water Fiction here, and today I'm gonna try to continue on with this script story thing. I know it's been a while since I actually did the script thing. Because it's really hard to come up with how to make the character like, not even how to make him likable. Cause I kind of make him like I don't. Well, the trick is to make him likable, also like to kind of like he's kind of hateable, Like I kind of want to be like that, but also like I want you to enjoy watching him. Basically, that's the thing. You want to basically go. You want to see the comeuppance, or like his changing of views, right? Which to me, honestly, just real quick, I believe that there are three types of bully characters. There's the King bully, there's the Biff bully, and then there's the Lucas bully. These are the characters that you would see in like work of fiction, I'm thinking, what is the King bully? The King bully, I get named it after Stephen King because every single bully character you see in his works always has the same comeuppance. That is, they go insane, right? Like in Stephen King's It, Henry Bowers, when he witnesses two best friends being killed, and he sees the deadlights, and it makes his hair go gray, and he goes insane. He says that he killed all the kids, even though he didn't do it. But he's like basically controlled by the spider, it, the clown, and he what was it again? Oh yeah, he he gets sent to a mental hospital where he then is released by the clown to basically kill the losers club. But then he dies because basically he loses a fight against the loser club. The Losers Club is a name that the seven kids who would go up to fight it call themselves because they felt like losers in their own lives, and so it's like that's what unites them. But anyway, so you have that in the Green Mile, this jerky guy who basically likes to watch these inmates suffer when they're being executed. He sees the act when it happens, the horrific events that this one evil person did, and it breaks him so much he gets sent to a mental hospital where he just like stays there, staring at a blank wall. And there's so many others like that. It's always his thing, is to basically, if you're a bully character, you'll come up as basically going to say, which to me, I don't like that too much because it's like, oh wait a second, hold on. Why would that work though? Like how would that um, teach them anything. Right? They're not going to learn anything. They're just because now their mind is like wiped. It's basically a clean slate now, like literally. There's nothing really go in and out because he made them go so insane that they're now in an asylum. Like sure, it made you feel good about that it happened to them, I guess. But at the end of the day, though, it's like, should you really feel good about that? Should you really feel good? Like this is still a human being. It's still a person. And it's like there's no chance for them to learn or to grow. You took that away from them to have an epiphany moment and go, oh wait, I should do this shit. The second one, of course, is it's the Biff bully. Now I named this, I coined this term from Back to the Future, Biff, and basically it's just kind of like if you remember in the story, George McFly at the beginning of the movie, he's kind of like he's nervous, he's scared, he's shy of like Biff. Like, oh, sorry, Biff, I promise I won't bug you anymore. Fly, Biff, and I'll do a better job. And then Biff's like, hello, anyone home? Knocking his head, get a little like a noogie. But then Marty goes back in time, runs into his parents by mistake. And then, because his mom fell in love with him, he has to get his mom to fall in love with his dad. And so he wants to fake the scene where he's gonna like kind of take it like fake take advantage of his mom in the past, so his dad can like pretend to knock him out, and then they would get together, you know. But then Biff shows up, basically throws Marty into the trunk of the car. Actually tries to take advantage of Marty's mom, and then George. As you can see, I don't know the mom's name of the show at all. George shows up, tries to be a hero. It doesn't work. And then with Biff laughing at him and still trying to take control of the situation, so that he's in control, I should say, George's hand goes in a fist. You know, he taps Biff on the shoulder and punches him one, pow, you know. And then they go inside, and some guy wanted to steal his girl from him, you know, because technically it's not like his girl, but more like he needs to they need to be together in order for Marty to exist, you know. And George pushes the guy out of the way, and everything gets all better. Then of course, Biff in the future, in the present timeline, you know, he's more submissive now. Like he's a mechanic, and then George goes, "No, Biff, don't you con me." He wouldn't have said it in the beginning, right? But it's this fact that he had to punch out his bully. Now this one, I'm kind of more at middle ground too, because sometimes what happens is that the bully character will, after being knocked out or being shown one, I think, or two, they go, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be a dick. You know, maybe I shouldn't be a jerk to people. You know, or an ass, whatever. And they do kind of a lesson. All the time, still, they might knuckle down in their bullying behavior. So that's what kind of the middle ground was. Like, and it doesn't work sometimes. Something does, something doesn't. You know, what does work though is what I call the Lucas bully. Now, this comes from a character named Lucas Nickel, who originally was just named Lucas in the book by John A. Nickel, called the Ant Bully. Now, how the story goes is that this young kid, Lucas Nickel, is being bullied by bigger bullying kids, right? Well, there's one bigger kid, but a group of smaller kids, but it's kind of like hey, if I join these bully people, and I bully this little person who's about the same height as me, I won't be bullied myself. You know, it's a law of the land, survival of the land kind of thing, you know? And that's what the kids do to him, but he doesn't want to. He could easily stand back, but he stand up to himself, but he doesn't like that. And his parents are going on vacation. His mom, while being concerned, she doesn't fully understand what's going on. You know, it's more like she doesn't know that he's being bullied. You know, he thinks that he has other problems than that. His big sister doesn't. Well, his dad just wants to go on vacation. His big sister doesn't really care either way because she's a teenager and kid stuff. Meh, I'm above all that. You know, kind of teenager thing. You know. The grandmother, the only one that she feels like caring for him, but she believes in aliens are going to invade the home or whatever. So like after space aliens, like do 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 do, you know. And so we'll yeah, that's that, you know. And so what he does though is that he needs to it's like he needs to get his frustrations out of him, right? So he squirts water, kicks, and then even tries to stomp on an anthill full of ants because he can't render his frustrations to those who are actually causing him the problems. So he does that. The ants retaliate, and of course they shrink him down to their size, and they bring him and they show him a better way instead of being a bully to the ants. They show him, hey, want to befriend the ants? They pretty much befriend him, and he has to learn to befriend them, and they have to trust each other. He has to learn basically how to be an ant in order to turn back to normal. And the Lucas bully is my favorite type of bully because they go from being basically hard-ass, jerky characters to basically struggling and suffering, and then they find out that they have somebody there to help them, guide them on the right path. You know, like you don't do it all the time, but that's my favorite type of character. And I'm doing with this character is kind of like a Lucas Bully story, where the character has to learn like some kind of life lesson. I do have a character he's going to meet up with. I don't know when he's going to meet up with her, but she helps him guide. She helps inadvertently guide him on his path. Now I'm gonna do something like this. Just this is gonna be called knocking on the door. This goes to be day. Now let's see. Now I'm gonna do. Hope you guys can still hear me yet. I don't know yet, so I'm gonna make sure you can. I'm gonna talk as loudly as I can as possible. Let's see. Little Erastes walks up to the door. He pulls down on the hem of his t-shirt, as he begins to knock. Let's go. Knock. Knock. No. Knock. 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 He waits for a second. So he goes, come on, like that. Let's see now. I gotta think now. I'm gonna try doing this. I'm trying to maybe do a scene a day if I can, and then do like that. I'm hoping like if I'm able to, I might want to do a scene a day, right? So that I can get the stuff all done, all going. I might actually, but I might do as well. I might do like other stories, kind of want to show I'm working on. Just kind of like, hey, look at this, cool, huh? Let's see now. What else could I put down? Let's see now. He knocks again. Knock. 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 Who's there? What? I don't know. As he waits, he thinks he hears rustling. The doorknob wiggles slightly. Whistling. Yes, it's whistling. There you go. Oh, I know. Kitty Erastes. Oh, good. Now I gotta figure out what to say to her. The door opens and it's been a while since I see what his name was again. Oh, that was Clem, and it's Clem. Kid Erastes. Oh, it's you. Clem looks at him confused. Clem, can I help? Can I help you? Suddenly, Dosia shows up behind Clem. Then Dosia say, "Why, hello. And who might you be?" Little Erastes stops for a minute. He knows that he can't say that his name is Erastes because A, she wouldn't believe him, and B, even if she did, it would ruin his plans. He thinks back to the project name. Here's what I'm gonna do it this way, okay? I'm gonna do it like this, so Cupid. He goes, Cupid. My name is Cupid. Ah. Does he then it's gonna ask, did your parents send you here? Done. Not knowing what she means by that, comma, he said, he nods his head up and down. Nods his head up and down. Then I put down his new name. But this way, this is the last time I'm going to do it. This way you know, well, we kind of know that already. But the person knows that Kid Erastes was at one time. Cupid was one of Kid Erastes. Kid Erastes is basically the younger version of Erastes, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my uncle sent me here to see how you were doing. And now I'm gonna do it like this. There we go. And then of course, Lucia goes, well, I'm doing fine, but why did you come in and join the others? And then of course the character now named Cupid will say, others? Clem opens the door, comma, to reveal a series of kids playing around indoors. And then Clem is going to say, we decided to do a babysitting service. And now I'm going to do is I'm going to have Cupid. Oh, sorry, I'm going to do this like this. Oops, sorry, hold on. To himself. Kind of like monologuing to himself. I know he caught me, but he puts down perfect. And I think that's what I'm going to end it for today for this scene. You know. Wait, how long much I have with this one? This one is about 18 pages. That's good. Because I remember hearing one time that when you do a story, you know, especially a script for like a movie or whatever, it's like 15 to 20 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes in, you want to have the major event happen. I have like about that time, right? The major event happens just on key, just on time, you know. Of course, this is just a rough draft kind of thing, you know, because I'm working on it now, you know. This might not be the final project. It might change, you know. That's why when I reread it, and for like the full editing thing, you know, I'm gonna do like a live review so I can have people go, hey, you know what? I think you should do this way, right? Like, hey, look, we see what you're doing, we like what you're doing here, but change this up a little bit, you know. Make it like this, make it like that, you know. If I could, I'd like to have like a not an animatic, but not a screenshot, storyboard. And then I can be like, hey, look, here's this storyboard on the thing, and show like how each scene's supposed to play out. And we go like, we like it, we don't like it, or we like it, but take this out, make it a lot better. You know, like, hey, just change these words around. Word this way instead of that way, you know, and then I'm like, okay, that's cool. It works perfectly, it'll work perfectly, but I know it's not going to be perfect, you know. There are probably a lot of glaring flaws that I'm not looking at right now. I can't really see what the flaws are right now, but it might be there, you know. Anyways, that has been this little thing, and also, I want to keep it short instead of being an hour long, so that's why I'm kind of cutting it short now. But that has been another part of my Project Cupid thing. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Please check out my Patreon. That really will help me out a lot. I hope I got it look good. You know, I got to double check my Patreon now, actually. Yeah, and thank you and goodbye.